After a sparring session with Terence Crawford, do you believe Crawford can stop him or anyone else? Mike Tyson was overjoyed and amazed by the Prophet's victory, and if he wins these, I'll be completely surprised. I love that he came out so publicly, expressed his support for Bud, and forecasted him to win the fight next week, saying you don't think it's 50 by 50 and believe Crawford can stop him. Mike Tyson and Terence Crawford have been having a great time together since Crawford sparred him in preparation for his super welterweight debut against Israel Mad. Of what's up, what's going on, guys? Big night tonight. Joel about to take it down wild. Many professional boxers have criticized Crawford's effort to move up in weight. Iron Mike Tyson has not only showed support for the former welterweight champion, but has also engaged him in sparring. The sparring session took place after Terence Crawford recently engaged Andre Ward in sparring. Once they were done, Crawford had so much praise for Andre Ward and the sparring they had with each other. No, it was dope. It was dope. I appreciate Dre. It was dope. I appreciate Dre for even giving me the opportunity to step in the ring with him. I could say that I sparred Andre Ward. That's dope. You know, it was good sparring. It was very good experience for me, Emma. Take it to the ring for even giving me the opportunity. Simply walk into the ring with him. You know, if Iron Terrence Bud Crawford could say this much about Andre Ward, you could image what he said about Mike Tyson. But this time, it's Mike Tyson speaking. And if there's anything to take away from Tyson's words, it's that he has the ultimate regard for Terence Crawford. I can say that I spar. Andre W. Crawford has always had my respect, but I respect him more now. There are only fighters in the history of the sport who are more skilled than this man. Terence Crawford decided to involve Mike Tyson to increase his preparedness for Israel Madrimov, a fighter who has now given Bid Crawford's naysayers a huge talking point because of his size. Many fighters are holding on to the assumption that Terence Crawford would be lower in weight and wouldn't be able to stand Crazy M's power. But if he can manage high weights in sparring, as Shocker Stevenson once remarked about him, Madrimov would be a pushover for music. Crawford has his sights set on the Canelo fight, and Mike Tyson is giving him his full support to not only overcome the obstacle that Uzbekistani Israel Madrimov is putting in front of him, but also to overcome Canelo Alvarez. In the long run, Crawford will go there and get the job done as expected. Then God can stop him. The last time Mike Tyson trained a fighter for a fight, though it didn't end in a win, it ended impressively such that the fighter got into Francis, knocked down the World Boxing Council heavyweight champion in round 3, but lost the fight by a split decision. Tyson prepared Francis for the fight, which many thought he had little chance in. There is no doubt about the quantity of information the former undisputed heavyweight champion possesses, but great fighters are rarely terrific coaches, and the best coaches aren't always the best fighters. Tyson and Francis's partnership, like most relationships, was complicated. Was primarily promotional, somewhat spiritual, and a touch technical. Tethering Tyson to Francis is a significant part of the promotion for Saturday's boxing match, and Riyadh Combat Sports journalist Kevin Isle recently reported that Iron Mike was paid very handsomely by Saudi Arabia to act as Francis's trainer. Even though Francis's team has confirmed Tyson as a promotional device for the fight, that does not mean Francis has never lacked motivation. But Extreme Couture coach Eric Nixie claims Tyson's presence has encouraged new levels of commitment from the former UFC heavyweight champion. I was really proud of Francis because he listened to everything I said Tyson said on a recent episode of Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. And I was telling everybody about the great left hook that he landed on his sparring partner and actually broke his leg. And I knew if he landed that left hook on anybody, they were gone. And I was right. The champ went down. I'm happy. I'm very grateful to be involved with his glory, his victory. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of Mr. Francis hopeful. Terence Crawford, who has a strong argument as the best fighter in the world right now, was asked if he wanted to see the fight, and he said no. No, why not? I don't. I think Mike Tyson is an icon in boxing. He's done a lot for boxing in his own right, and I just think Mike is past his prime. Mike is old, and I wouldn't want to see Mike go in the ring and get hurt in a fight where he is just doing it for the money or entertainment. I just think him having his health problems is another added reason why I don't want to see him in the ring anymore. Tyson is, an icon in boxing, and he's done a lot for boxing and his own right, despite both men confirming it's going ahead and everything being booked. Former two-time welterweight champion Sean Porter does Mike Tyson has issued a scary message to Jake Paul ahead of their November bout after the YouTube star overcame Mike Perry with a sixth-round knockout on Saturday. Tyson and Paul were originally scheduled to fight this week, but the boxing match was postponed until November after Iron Mike experienced a medical scare in music. The 57-year-old is devoted to battling Paul and reminded his much younger opponent of how. Soon their fight was coming up in a scary post to X 118 days minus 16 weeks and 6 days, 17 weekends. 2,832 hours, 169,920 minutes. In 10, 15, and 20 seconds, he scribbled on X. The clock is ticking. Jake's music Wake Tyson also posted a video of himself silently watching Paul on TV before the latter went on to defeat former UFC star Music Perry. The much anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was scheduled to go ahead on July 20th, but the new date will now be much later in the year. It came after Iron Mike suffered a flare-up of an ulcer mid-flight last week, leaving him dizzy and queasy and requiring medical care, despite claims that he had made a full recovery. Further medical authorities have insisted that fight in July is too early for the 57-year-old most valuable promotions, and the battle will be rescheduled for a later date. Tyson had trouble on an American Airlines flight with an ulcer on Sunday. Obviously devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless. Like in the aftermath of the news dropping, Paul took to social media to address the decision and was very understanding and conscious of Tyson's health coming first and foremost. Paul called the news devastating due to all of the undercard fights being delayed as well. Then he repeated the message Tyson sent to him. This may have bought you some time, but in the end, you will still be gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel horrible for everyone involved. Paul was remarkably classy in his approach to the issue, as was Tyson for the most part. The two appear to have mutual regard for each other, but Tyson still wants to fight him. Jake Paul was not hesitant to film a video in which he not only shared his thoughts and apologies for the postponement, but also disclosed Iron Mike Tyson's message to him, which were clearly the first comments the former undisputed world heavyweight champion was expressing addressing the devastating news in this event and the entire undercard. This is an opportunity for his Instagram tale. Jake Paul shared a video where he revealed obviously awful news. I'm heartbroken, speechless. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard. This opportunity has been snatched from all of us, albeit he initially sounded disappointed. He ensured he wasn't underestimating Iron. Mike Tyson's well-being has been taken from all of us, but I do appreciate Mike's health, he said. But I do value Mike's health first and foremost, because I love that guy and have so much respect for him. I want Mike to be healthy. He then added Iron Mike Tyson's boastful remarks before eventually leaking the exact message. And he says he still is going to knock me out, and I bought myself some time, so Mike is still spouting stuff over there. If you want to do this like you've said behind closed doors, thank you for just needing a little bit of time. I'm ready whenever you are. This is too big of an opportunity, and I think this fight is going to change the world. And I turn all my L's into W's. That's a mantra I live by. The universe makes no mistakes. So let's see what's